favorite partner. Yeah, go ahead. Take a seat. Thanks for coming so quick. Can you actually shut the door? Yeah, there's something I want to talk to you about. Yeah. Thanks. So, I spoke to the captain this morning. Yeah. She reassigned our case. I know. It makes no sense. And yes, you're right, she had no right to do that, but yeah, it was reassigned to Officer Taylor and Officer Carter. Yeah. I know. Well, she told me that it was because it's a high-profile case. The media's really eating it up, so she needs fresh eyes on the case, and apparently we were taking too long. So, yeah. I'm really sorry. I know you've been working really hard on this. Heck, you found out almost all the evidence, all the clues. You really are fantastic at this job. She made a mistake, taking you off the case. I was just tagging along, really. But we have been reassigned to something more fun. Trust me. Paper duty. All this stack of paper needs to be looked over and put into the computer system. Wow, sounds real fun, doesn't it? I've been doing that all day. There's some real interesting stuff in here. Mostly garbage, but... Okay, so, this one's really fun. An altercation at a Macy's over a sweater. It was the last size. This one, someone complaining about trespassing in a park. Public domain. That was fun. Oh, this one. There have been calls and reports of a ferocious pigeon. Yes, you heard that right. A ferocious pigeon. That one was my favorite. It's unresolved. Ooh. Actually, there's 2 reports of the pigeon. That actually might be something. What do you know? Maybe we'll be assigned to the pigeon case. Fascinating stuff, really. Might as well get started on this paperwork. Really using our potential to the best it could be. Just the best. How long has it been since you've been on paper duty? Really? Well, it's been like 3 years for me, at least. Pigeon was said to have been pecking at customers with flies. The pigeon is still at large. They're going to regret the day putting me on paper duty. Yeah, that's good. Are you gonna be okay? I know this case meant a lot to you. To be honest, I'm not doing well with the whole decision. This case, it keeps me up at night. I can't stop thinking about it. guy, he has no motive. None. No priors, no nothing. A history of violence. And yet, he's the only one that was tied to the scene. He's the only one. The only possible suspect. But why would an accountant murder a journalist? It makes no sense. I lay awake thinking, what heck are we missing? And they even say they didn't even know each other. Completely unrelated. No history of knowing each other either. Nothing. I don't know. There's a puzzle piece that we're missing, that we haven't found yet. And I know we're this close to finding it. But I guess we never will know now. It's ridiculous. Want some? Alright. Sit yourself. I'm gonna need a drink after this. Several stiff drinks to get through all this paperwork. Why'd you join the force? Just curious. Yeah, I get that. Good for you. For me, I think I have a hero complex, honestly. I just want to see bad guys come to justice. When I think about these people getting away with such horrible things, they ruin people's lives and their families' lives. And then they're just out there free, without judgment. That kind of stuff makes me sick. I don't know what to do. Wait, so you think we should continue with the case? Even though it's been reassigned? You know, honestly, I don't have anything against that. If we could crack this case, behind their backs, take it to the captain, she'll forget about this whole reassigning nonsense. The thing is, though, if we get caught doing that instead of this, we could get fired. Or reassigned to traffic duty. Either way. And the other thing is, we don't have any leads. We're at a dead end. Again, we need that puzzle piece. Really? At your desk? Show me. And you don't know who left this here? It's from Times Magazine. That's where the That's where the journalist worked. We already spoke with everyone there. Said that Peggy Sylvia was tight-lipped, didn't like to talk about her articles before they were put out. I mean, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. It's ringing. Extension. Hello. Hi there. My name is Detective Amy K, and I'm working on the Peggy Sylvia case. I just had a few questions, if that's all right. Wonderful. So you left a calling card on my partner's desk. I was just curious if there was something that you needed to tell us, or any questions we can answer for you. May I ask who's speaking? Okay. Oh, you are. Record this. You, sat next to Peggy? Okay. You're not gonna tell me your name, though? Oh. That's alright. Go ahead. You have some information. Okay. We were told that Peggy didn't like to talk about her articles before they were published. Did she speak with you? I see. So, you two often went to the bar, and she would talk about it then. Well, is there anything that you can tell us about this case? Anyone she was talking to, anyone she may have talked to, someone after her? Really? There was an informant within the company. Someone who she was speaking to. I see. Can you tell us the name of this informant? That's okay. That's alright if you don't know the name. Was there anything else that she told you? That she was in danger. So Peggy knew she was in danger. Did she say who was after her? No. Okay, just someone at the company. Okay. Is there anything else you can add? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And if there's anything else that you'd like to tell us, just give us a call, all right? Thank you. Bye. Okay, so that was illuminating. Peggy knew that she was in danger, and she didn't tell anyone. She had an informant that was giving her information from the company. We don't know who. But that explains motive. Peggy knew something that she shouldn't have known. But why was she on the 30th floor that day? I feel like there's a lot of moving pieces, and we just need to get everything together. So let's just take a look at what we know. I know. It's a lot, but let's go through it piece by piece, and maybe we can sort of start to put things together, fill in some things that we don't know. Alright, first things first, journalist Peggy Sylvia was found dead on the 30th floor right outside the CEO's office. That in itself is really interesting, because why was Peggy there after hours right outside his office? Interesting. Next, like I said, everything was done after hours. The workday at the Bluth Company, BLOOTH, ends at 5 p.m. And there were no witnesses. No one to say that they saw someone do it, to say that they saw the incident. No one even reported any sort of altercation happening, so we have no idea why it happened. The secretary did see Johnson, the accountant, leaving the building at 5:25 p.m., which is a full 25 minutes after he generally is supposed to leave. Why was he there late? What was he doing? And we do know that he left at this time because the surveillance cameras on the first floor did catch him leaving the building. Unfortunately, the cameras on the 30th floor were all broken or ill-placed. So none of the incident is on tape. I thought maybe there was some sort of tampering going on. Maybe somebody did something to the cameras. But when we confronted the company, they said that they just hadn't been updated or looked at in a long time. Who knows? The body was found at 8:15 p.m. with bullet wounds by the janitor. The murder weapon has yet to be found, but we do know it is a small caliber with armor-piercing rounds. Johnson didn't own any guns, didn't have any registered guns, was never to have known anything about guns, but again, that doesn't rule him out because we haven't found the murder weapon yet. Okay, so the journalist is from Times Magazine. They were doing a piece on the successful CEOs at the time, which should have been a very happy-go-lucky, simple, easy piece. But it sounds like it may have been something deeper than that. The CEO was in Seattle at the time at a shareholders meeting, which is interesting again because why was a journalist outside of the CEO's office if the CEO wasn't even in the state at the time? Makes no sense. Okay, where are we? I'm already getting lost. Oh. So it's important to mention that the accountant that works next to Johnson noticed his behavior becoming increasingly jumpy, and he was asking random weird questions about assets of the company, records, old records, stuff like that. So there must have been a reason that Johnson was asking for that stuff. I understand it's normal for an accountant to be looking into these things, but past records? Interesting. Okay. The tape from the front desk did show that Johnson didn't have any blood on him, or at least it didn't appear to be. Obviously, with tapes, you can't see everything. But it did appear that he didn't have any blood on him, but he was acting very erratic. He seemed very frazzled. Something that is a sign that something bad did happen. Alright. The victim is known for their very detailed journalism, and they were very good at what they did. There is a possibility that Peggy Sylvia found something that she shouldn't have, and that this is all a cover-up for something. Johnson has no priors, no history of violence. His wife and his friends mention that that's not the sort of guy he is, very gentle. But, they've said that about serial killers before. There could be a possibility that Peggy found something on Johnson and he had to kill her to cover it up, but the article wasn't written on the accountants, it's written on the CEO. And who's this informant that the coworker was talking about? Really? So you think there's a possibility that Johnson was framed? That Johnson himself was the informant? Yeah, that's a possibility. It would certainly make up for the fact that there's no motive, that it's not really his MO. Maybe Sylvia found something on the CEO, something that he wanted to cover up. Let's check the computer and see if there's any sort of history on this CEO, Dennis Bluth. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at CEO's records. Okay. Dennis. It's restricted. It's a good thing I have security clearance. We're in. Alright. So, looks like Dennis Bluth was... Oh wow, okay. So there was a warrant for his arrest about 3 years ago for allegedly embezzling funds from the company. But the case was dismissed by the detective on the case, said that he was innocent, everything like that. The detective was Lucille? As in Captain Lucille? The captain who reassigned our case. That captain dismissed this. You don't think she's in on it, do you? No. The captain's she's a good person. Do you think she would accept money? Pay it off? It is a possibility. And we were really close to breaking this case. That might be why she reassigned us. If that's true, then I need to call someone. All right. You make a good point. We don't know how far this conspiracy goes. For all we know, Officer Carter and Officer Taylor could also be in on this. don't know. This is more than I expected. You know what? I'm in if you are. We need to find out what Peggy Sylvia found out. Look into those files about the assets, old numbers. Check and see if maybe Dennis Bluth really is embezzling funds from the company and there was a cover-up. I'm guessing that's what Sylvia found. I think we could just walk in. Yeah, the Bluth building. They don't know we were reassigned. They know that we're on the case. Yeah, just take a look in the records room. It'll be easy. We just can't get caught though, but lucky for us, their surveillance system really sucks. We gotta be careful to make sure that Lucille doesn't know what we're doing. What do you say, renegade cop? Yeah. Get your stuff. Let's get going before anyone finds anything out. Time is against us, but we can do this. All right, partner.